Stille. Okay, love stille.
Just let
This is Gauchung, so very happy to have you on the Tenzin show.
go start your
Let's okay, là nghe tăng mà hú đuổi.
get on a big.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, lagi ke premises tăng mà hú đó. Ani onih kona teri de phebe de thuche nang bra. Premises Gauchung so because I remember we've had some dear audiences. We've had some really amazing memories from the Himalayan Music Festival. Bra, okay la. May premises Gauchung so Himalayan Music Festival gila.
Start go to attention like I invite you with go to some text list.
Yes, absolutely. Ani tharin chidang ki nga ogen la go la sambatang namsang khora smile ligido ra namsang khora chikta nganju gi memories ta nganju gi chik thizi spend chigyo jorwa nganju Himalayan Music Festival gi preparation chidizane backstage ta nganju sangma chidizane nganju pe misi the gimuro show chele dorga we've had so much fun, right? So whenever I think of you in particular, I have some really good fond memories of you. I am extremely proud. Karchin lana manjugi tibe chizo nalaya stand-up comedy gi pioneer lana digorta ugin larwa. Chik thango ta godzu ni digi tholaya betkor ting ringbu dongi ani successful yungi ugin larwa. I really take immense pride in having you on the Tenzin show. Chidangi ugila Instagram le chura active yo mari ne thari ya dus tizipyon che Instagram lo dus theba diunu koranga karchin nalay.
Let's
And to all our dear audiences, those who don't understand Tibetan, Urghen Lundup is a singer, songwriter, he's a composer, he's a stand-up comedian, he sparks joy in people's lives, and he's one of the pioneers in Tibetan comedy. He's been in the Tibetan industry for almost a decade now. Yes? Urghen la, lo mangu shoot or ata stand-up comedy chin.
Oh, the law. Chonga chidu story good.
So. And Chidangi, your composition, your songwriting, how did it all start? Khatu gochwe thia de she tomya de khatu gochwe.
Yeah, the Magala Devanima 79 la Indian Army I was joined Shirwa. I served 22 years, 5 months and 18 days in Indian Army.
Right.
And Dikap, so I'm having signal duty. Yeah? And a signal duty in the spare time, I used to write songs. Dikap start about 1989, something I started writing songs.
So I think it's amazing how a person, a Tibetan in the Indian Army, during his spare time, ladies and gentlemen, started writing and composing songs in Tibetan. And he also, I think that's the first time where he discovered that he's so creative. Creativity di matyo godwa. Kisi yago shujradwa.
No.
Laso. And chidangi now digi tha journey di khande dojum so ta tinde ta she stand-up comedy chi Tibetan entertainment industry nala ani bet you're one of the most important people, right? You've always entertained the Tibetan community, the Tibetan people, and they really love you for that, right? So, how has your journey been like?
Life nala ta she tai de gochu she the gochu and she wake up so I got one singer, my singer, yeah. And I need concert did wake up so I need to go to concert chicken in Mumarwa. This songs I thought that the comedian the killer Lulu we can spend the time. Right. Cover Chitura. This is a comedian the start chamber. And life nala music pick keep it of Joso, Shetan, Mil Gemulong, and Shade Kalakansam Yabu hit to cha. And I meet like Gemulong and meet the pay the work of the meet to wake up the mistake of
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more on that one. I think what he mentioned is fantastic because he says that as a stand-up comedian, first he started off singing, and then he thought, if we are singing, and he had a partner with him, partner Chichungwa. So when they first started doing these concerts, they were like, okay, might as well add some jokes as fillers during our singing, during our performances. And they started to add in few jokes between the songs. And that's how it all got started. And he personally believes, Urghen Lundup Allah, he personally believes that making people happy is the most satiating and most satisfying job ever. Because there's nothing better on earth than making other people happy. Right?
아니 미즈나라 콩두랑에 sembakkyo 중에 만들고 이게 개물랑에 감담바 실링 말아.
Okay, personally, oh my God, this is so true. So he's saying that there will be a lot of people who, okay, I'm sorry, I cannot really translate this. It's really funny. So he says that people who bug you, who berate you, who give you a lot of stress. There are a lot of people like that, but there are very, very few people who can make you happy, who can make you smile, and he wants to be that person. Rawila, ani diche. Now I really want to ask you, you get to our next video. Ani, ugila tuje kaji tidizamne ani kandidoch the inspiration the kandidoch raso susu the shade tiktom dizamne the tiksamo dangdang jorwa the kandidoch that tidizamne kandidos go to imbe ani tidangi tuje kaji share the process the kandidoch chungso.
Tuje kaji ki nyola ni de magala debe kapso sheni soimba. Spare time la.
Laso.
Ye de ne ko de khari soy na na mazo rangji thobe nimu. Nimi je rangji thobgi ba. Di nimu de khari ki bu. Wondi ko le sheji soy ba.
Yinde.
De nyamdo ani ngazo pheshu tanglo mangmi. Ngazo phebe tanglo mangmi di legu khari khari chi me de ti ko la. Ta kejo khari me de ko la sheni soy. De soy na ngamaga na tuni ani she soy maga de di ne ani english ro les was. 89 sorry 98 dine ing de chile an ma na ma thom bata nga manali thambu manali dewa manali dewa kapso ani nge roba anda sonam gombo he singer my singer ani ko stage ka la dinde she tambe kapso khora chugo ya stage ka la de sana chugo ko this dewu menge ro jo
okay
ani na kuch nga roba chitala ani ahin just stage ka chek the ani this puti namge wang ju pe singer
let's real
puti namge she de la nga rang chap ji wa mi to pe gau ji do ani de chi de cham ani nge ge yang the program the chunga de program do ji re yin da a chunga de ji sa da nge ko la line ba nga ma ga ne de du ko ran she ji ra nga she kha shi she ma ni she de recording chena nge ge she de kiran ke ya bu do 이 땅에 아니 쉐드 간데 연구도 찍다고 싱글 차네 맞네 개봐요 말 라이브 this 쉐드 간데 레코딩 간데 차도 여러 냠윤도 오지 사기로 디치도 아니 아니 고추다 쉐드
Lasso. So I think this kima hindi gane jigor khailana dela yaga khashe phere cheza kisi hindi gange chune hindi gaer ya ogila hindi te awar laja so I'm just so what ogila
hindi
la
chida te durda
keyo mare chizangi ngata ogila de phe for me you're here that is in itself I think it gives me a sense of happiness because to literally translate what he just mentioned, my dear viewers or audiences, he says that when he was in the Indian Army and he had a lot of free time, that's when he started to compose and create Tibetan songs. And he wrote songs about the free Tibet because as Tibetans, we have lost our country. We're in exile in different parts of the world. Most importantly, in India, there are exiled Tibetans all over the world. So Urghen really wanted to make a music that could bind all Tibetans all over the world who have lost their country, right? Tibet. So you know it's under the invasion of China. You very well know that. And so when he was performing in one of the events, Tibetan events, of course, there he met the very famous Tibetan retro singer. We can call him a pop retro singer, Puputi Namgyel, who is a very loved and admired singer in the Tibetan community. And that's where they had a little, a rendezvous. They had a little conversation, and that Urghen said, hey, you know what? I write songs when I have free time in the Indian Army. So might as well use my songs because you have such good voice, right? So let's record this. Let's see how it turns out to be. If we don't become singers, it's okay. But let us make some good music and make some change in the community through music. Yes, again,
No.
okay, perfect. Now, his album Tukche Kajring has been one of the most loved and viral, song in the Tibetan community. There's also another song called Nye Semba Kesong Keso Laso. This is a Tibetan romantic song that he's written, and I love it personally. I love the sound of it. It's so catchy. No, it's not Gangnam Style. It's different because most of the people, when we talk about Asian songs, they stereotype Asian songs at that one particular box. But Urghen Sonam is really different. So, chidangi dilai ogila, chidangi ta joke pinzo ma sebi samnerwa. Ani thematic chik audience ki gagre ra, yumu shogre. Thematic chik kunzo poche, ani tikpa sagi inde yusi bro. Chidang whenever you crack jokes, there are times when the audiences will laugh and take it wholeheartedly, and there are times when they don't take it in a very nice way. They take it offensively. So do you crack jokes very carefully? Joke pinzo ma shedi zamne pe samotang lagyo khande lagyo. Ogila khande shigi.
Adi ngala dire चीज लेसो मेरे पास भी टाइम ऐसे आया था मैं एक बार लुधियाना गया था लुधियाना हम लोग हमेशा हर साल जाता है हम विंटर आजकल सिविल में अभी कुछ करना तो पड़ता है अभी इसलिए तो मैं विंटर स्वेटर बिजनेस करता हूँ इसलिए सामान लेने के लिए हम लोग लुधियाना जाना पड़ता है लुधियाना जाना पड़ता है और उस टाइम पर एक हमारा तिब्बती सोसाइटी में कोई आया था मेरे को झगड़ा करने के लिए मैंने सोचा उसने पूछा आप टिबेटन कॉमेडियन है पूछा हाँ ऑफ कोर्स मैं कॉमेडियन हूँ व्हाट कॉमेडियन क्या वो झगड़ा का शुरू हो गया
क्या बात कर रहे हैं
ऐसे झगड़ा हो गया था मेरे 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 को ये आया था बाद में जोक करते समय क्या करना है कि किसी इंडिविजुअल जगह का नाम नहीं लेना वो लग जाता है ना किसी को लग जाता है और कोई इंडिविजुअल नाम नहीं लेना जैसे कि एक लड़का था ऐसे बोलना और एक ऐसी जगह था ऐसे एक
उनका नेम वैसे ये झगड़ा हुआ क्यों था मतलब what exactly did he wanted to like what was he offensive about खरीचन्योग्रे क्यों हुआ था ये क्यों उनको गुस्सा आया था इतना
मेरा एक जोक था वैसे इंडियन लव्स में इंडियन वर्ड में तो थोड़ा हंसी तो नहीं आएगा हमारा तिब्बती सोसाइटी में थोड़ा अच्छा है मेरे कहने मतलब ऐसे एक जोक था इंडियन आर्मी में जब मैं बैठे समय मैं स्मार्ट था ऐसे गंजा नहीं था मेरी और एक हमारा तिब्बती कैंप वो पार्क ऊपर है मैंने उस कैंप का जगह का नाम लिया ना इसलिए वो लोग लग गए उस समय नाम नहीं लेना चाहिए एक तिब्बती कैंप है पार्क ऊपर वहाँ क्या है सब लड़की सुंदर सुंदर अगर कोई शादी करना चाहता है हमारा फौजी का लड़का कोई शादी करना चाहता है कोई बाहर देश से कोई आता है शादी करना चाहता है सब वो पार्क ऊपर जाता है क्या तिब्बती कैंप में जाता है सब लड़की ढूंढने के लिए शादी करने के लिए ना फिर मैं इंडियन आर्मी होने के नाते एक संडे के टाइम पर छुट्टी था ना मैंने भी वो कैंप में गया था शादी कुछ लड़की ढूंढो अभी जिंदगी बसाऊं कुछ लड़की देखने गया था ना वहाँ जाते समय बाप रे इतना लड़की सुंदर सुंदर लेकिन बस स्टैंड में बस स्टैंड में तो कोई 3-4 आ गया आदमी तो कोई शादी करना एक दो फौजी भी था अमेरिका से कनाडा से एक आदमी था वो लड़की शादी करने के लिए ढूंढने के लिए हम 5 लोग थे
वे बस तो आपको आपकी हुरपरी मिली कि नहीं
फिर सुनना है एक बार है फिर बस से उतारते समय सबसे स्मार्ट तो मैं था उस समय हम 5 में से इसलिए फिर हम लोग सड़क में जा रहा था एक लड़की ने मेरे को पूछा प्लीज एक्सक्यूज मी मैंने पूछा मेरे को हाँ आपको ही हम 5-6 लड़का था उसमें तो मेरे को बुलाया इसका मतलब कुछ होगा ना सबसे
That
स्मार्ट
you're
बॉय।
handsome, obviously. Yeah.
फिर मैं गया था, मैं पूछा क्या बात है, लड़की बोला नहीं नहीं मुझे शर्म आ रहा है, क्या 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 कुछ बोल रहा है। मैंने बोला क्या
Okay.
शर्म आना है, कुछ पसंद है तो बोलो, बस लड़का स्मार्ट है, क्या है जिंदगी बिताना चाहता है तो कुछ बोलो। हैं नहीं नहीं मैं शर्म आ रही, कैसे बताऊं, ऐसे कुछ बोल रहा है लड़के हैं। बाद में बोलो,
Okay.
बोलने से भी बात बनता है, नहीं बोलेगा तो क्या पता चलेगा,
Right.
कुछ बोलो तो। लड़की ने बोला, अब चार पांचों में से एक लड़का था ना, दूसरा लड़का लाल टी शर्ट पहने वाला, उसको बोल देना आई लव यू बोल रहे।
Oh
मैं
my
यहाँ
God. So all this was
मैं
useless.
यहाँ इंतजार
Oh,
कर करके खुदा से क्या नहीं।
oh
फिर
my God.
मैं वो लड़का ढूंढने गया, कहाँ गया क्या पता अभी है। लेकिन मैं पहुंच गया
Okay,
एक,
so आपका दिल
बस टूट गया,
दिल तोड़ दिया.
जो तोड़ी
Oh
हुई।
ho, so
फिर मैं
bad.
गया वो लड़का ढूंढने गया तो वहाँ एक बड़ा स्कूल था, +2 तक था, बहुत बड़ा स्कूल। उस गेट के अंदर
जी.
में गेट के अंदर घुस गया ना, गेट के अंदर घुसते समय
Hmm.
सब चिल्लाना शुरू हो रहा, लड़की लोग मेरे को देख के आ गया बोला। मैं सोचा कौन आ गया,
Okay.
हमारा लड़का का माजिन साहब आ गया बोलता है।
Oh my God. Maje literally here means cook. Maje
हाँ,
is a word for cook in Tibetan.
हमारा
So
स्कूल
basically,
का
they,
हमारा स्कूल का नया कुक आ
yes.
गया बोलते हैं।
Oh my God.
हाँ,
So all your dreams were shattered. आपके सब सपने चूर चूर हो गए. जिनको आपने
बस
पसंद किया उन्होंने आपको तो wingman बना दिया. Wingman. You know that there's a word called wingman when you help your friend set it up with somebody. So that's a word. So then what happened? Did you ever find the girl, Ugenla? You're still handsome anyway.
नो नो, जेल आया नहीं बाद में तो माँ बाप ने कुछ ढूंढ के दिया था ना। नहीं नहीं मेरे खुद जाके ढूंढेगा तो कुछ मिलने वाला नहीं है, माँ बाप ने कुछ
Okay.
वो द्वारा
Okay, amazing. I mean, I can.
네 시자되게 민가로와 시자되 민가로 아니
Re,
그게
re.
뭐가 네 값수 군지 본무지기 들린 것도 중이 있어와 아니 네 저게
Hmm.
딱딱 겁도 게도 겁도 게도 아니
Lesson.
딱딱 본이 더 차도와 네게 아니 군지 있어 이
Hmm.
있어도 네
Lesson.
줄아 말아 아이디어
Lesson.
가르가
Absolutely.
야
लहसुन yes because I think it's very true उन्होंने जो mention किया बहुत सही कहा क्योंकि ज्यादातर क्या होता है हम जब jokes बनाते हैं as presenters मैं तो comedian नहीं हूँ उगिनला है उनके साथ मुझे सौभाग्य मिला कि मैं stage share कर सकूं और काफी सारी भाषाओं में मैंने प्रेजेंट किया है अपनी भाषा में किया है इंडियन एक्सेंट में किया है अमेरिकन एक्सेंट सो ऑडियंस के हिसाब से मेरी जो प्रेजेंटिंग स्किल्स है वो बदलती रहती है लेकिन उनके साथ मुझे स्टेज शेयर करने का सौभाग्य मिला आई थिंक आई वुड बी वेरी वेरी proud of that because I shared the stage with Ugenla and a lot of times जोक बहुत सारे ऐसे होते हैं जो ऑडियंसेस को पसंद आते हैं और पसंद नहीं आते हैं कभी कभी और बहुत ही ऑफेंसिवली वो लोग ले लेते हैं इसीलिए जब हम आर्टिस्ट की बात करते हैं स्टैंड अप कॉमेडियंस की बात करते हैं बहुत ही ज्यादा जरूरी हो जाता है कि हम अपनी क्रिएटिविटी को एक सही दिशा दें राइट ओके बिकॉज यू आर वेरी क्रिएटिव राइट यू आर वेरी क्रिएटिव and very very funny but sometimes it doesn't go the right way right so I think it's been incredible speaking with you already. I did not realize how time passed by, but I want to discuss more about comedy because more importantly, मुझे इसलिए बात करना है कॉमेडी के बारे में because लोगों को हंसाना एक आसान काम नहीं है, बहुत ही मुश्किल काम है और हर टाइम एक नया कॉमेडी लाइन पंच लाइन लाना और अपने कम्युनिटी के स्टैंडर्ड्स को मीट करते हुए कॉमेडी करना बहुत ही मुश्किल काम है तो आप जब स्टेज पे जाते हो व्हेन यू हिट द स्टेज व्हाट इज योर माइंडसेट कैसे आप करते हो हाउ डू यू क्रैक जोक्स व्हाट इज योर मेंटल एटीट्यूड
등재가 된데 담라 당부들라 दिरदा फर्स्टली ऑडियंस कितना है ऑडियंस द ऑडियंस मंगू ये सना जी चाहता है कुछ जोक मार दूं ऐसे ताकि लोग आंख में आंसू भी आए पेट भी दर्द हो ऐसे जोक मारना है
यस
इसलिए लोग खुश हो जाते हैं फिर मेरे जोक्स बनता है मैं अपना I don't copy jokes from films and anywhere. I just write my own self.
Right.
When I compose my song,
Okay.
sometimes she maja joke chadu do. Joke cha in our society, manju bebe shija the candidate jura tin children see no.
Okay. Wow. That is a Tibetan settlement. Look at how serene that looks. Oh my God. I missed that. Okay. Anyways.
Mani nga ke manju
Yes.
ki party chuchi de tangira wa. Didi samla nye ke joke trigger di try chigiwa. I try. Kunju gemu show do na stage kal rugi wa. फिर मैं स्टेज को पर लाता हूँ ये जो अगर वो लोग हंसता नहीं है फिर कैंसिल ये जोक कैंसिल हो गया
Right.
ऐसे करते हैं ये
Lesson.
स्पोर्ट्स होता है तो वो दिल्ली में
Lesson. Anjana Gita, let's talk about your albums more precisely, right? So whenever you create an album, जब आप album बनाते हैं, album से भी हमने देखिए the sponsorship, the funding, जो था record चल दो है. Do you get the investment return after what you invest in the album? No?
हम जाते हैं गाना रिकॉर्डिंग के लिए नेपाल जाते एक गाने के लिए कम से कम रिकॉर्डिंग सिर्फ रिकॉर्डिंग के लिए 20,000 तो एक गाने को आने जाने को तो छोड़ दो बस वहाँ रहने का बारे में पूरा छोड़ दो और तिब्बती सोसाइटी में तो अभी क्या सीडी तो बिकता ही नहीं फ्री देना पड़ता है सीडी कॉन्सर्ट में तो सीडी फ्री डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कोई होता तो है नहीं અને કોપી છે ગાલ દો तुझी कटिंग एल्बम दी मजे इतने कि चिकदों बशिते तो हमारे शू लंगा के कोनते हैं टीमे तो बाजू टीम रहता शू टीम रहता कैनेडा तो डुप्लीकेट कैंगा टीम रूट सा अने बैलो को बिले डुप्लीकेट टीम तो बैलो को बिले तो कंटे चूं लेना वन टाइम बैलो को बिले ना मजे कॉन्सर्ट चिकले ले दी कॉन्सर्ट चिकले ले दी समला 미직도 아주 진다 쉬우트도 스폰서 우기나 계란이 돼서 소나 공부라다 우기나 계란이 가와 빼는 게 못다 인달도 가와 두네 마게 못다
아마
그래나 삼주라 그거 안주 시티 동전이 접선 살다도 네가 안주를 진다르죠 야우직도
오케이
아주 미 통사 고라라 안티질레디 삼바 안티디글람 새끼지 군중 아하고 오면도 아주 쇼트기래도 संगीत शोर दीदी संभाई आंटी दिलेस कुछ नाला सिटी तिटे तो साथ रिसर्च दुआ शेत तो चीज मुगला सरा न्याम दो मारसा ये सब किसो तिटे तो डुप्लीकेट तारा मी तोंसर चोंस
Oh my God. Okay. That's pretty sad what you mentioned. So our dear audiences, to literally translate what our dear guest has just mentioned about is that the sad and unfortunate truth about copyright. So most of the Tibetan albums, are very, very small scale. They're not into a global level. Most of them don't get it patented, right? They don't buy the license. So what happens is that when you are an independent artist, it's very easy to copy your songs and at the point when he released his music, जब उन्होंने ये अपना album release किया था, बहुत ही पुरानी बात है और एक Tibetan समुदाय में जो independent artists होते हैं उनको लाइसेंस नहीं होता है, so लोग बहुत ही आसानी से कॉपी करते हैं और उसी को बेचते हैं, तो उनके साथ भी यही हुआ. Unfortunately, what happened is that the CDs that he originally wanted to release were already duplicated. So there was this person who came up to him and said, Urghen, why don't you sit in my car? But he's the same person who sold numerous CDs, duplicate ones, in Canada, in all over the world. right? And little did he know that this is the same person who actually sold my duplicate CDs. So it's kind of like very sad because I know Tibetan homegrown artists are really authentic and original. Most of them are really great singers. अगर आपको नहीं पता है तो बहुत ही अच्छा गाना गाते हैं, whether it's Tibetan, English, Hindi, and in any other language, because Tibetans are all over the world, right? They're in Europe, they're in the US, they're in India, they're everywhere. Right? Okay la. Chesanga dippe misi unfortunate ri ronga ji phebe gi artist inzola chi khari lai thari ugela de phesha. What I want to request all of you is that inji minji kyunzola lobjo meba yimba yine ro sisu gi talent di ma tune di mi tuni inji minji chia khe chimboresha. Right? Okay la. Pechina ugela gi talent di she soya da milagi mo la di sisu gi talent ji ro di mi tuni ugela gi chidwa. Di na shi inji minji mezi ke la lobjo go mare lobjo nyendo la susu pugu gi talent din zo le nia support chido chi ro thari request di and di na shi gi ta ugela I'm very inquisitive to know your response. What is the future of Tibetan comedy? Tibetan comedy khane do shtongo da future na. आपको क्या लगता है क्या फ्यूचर है टिबेटन का टिबेटन कॉमेडी का
फबे की चीजों नाला कॉमेडी स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी दी शिटा मी थुमेरा समारे खालचना चिंग न्याम्यू खरिसा सुनाना किसी ने फबे जॉब कॉमेडियन छेना अने कुंजु मोताने दो छिदवा इंजी मिजी हीरो इंजी मिजी सिंगर छिगो यो बटगो यामने इंजी मिजी हीरो छिगो यो 아니 고민이 지리는 뭐사 아니 가시기 칠레 경에 망고도야 말에 칠레 경에 망고라 아니와 계제 suppose ke labda didena zibe chasha 기분 아니 깨기 그래 아다 보래 발레 간자
okay
딱 계제 신발도 그냥 남자 먼저 오더그라프다 되는데 도와 먼저 도와라 칠레게 게 보무도 좀 알아다 क्योंकि ना बाले लग दो ये फा लेंगे वो केरा दोंबा ईशा बाले लगी वो
right tit for tat which is quite sad in our community ra pebeging on the chizo na ogila shebna shimune kurang jacha gathamba mune resha ngaje gi chizo na la migi namba da migi subuta dinde kan la chelle shuj ge go di chunju gane ngaje gi pugoda pama de zo nunjurisha ngegi tongda la ra ngaje gi chizo sama na la nunju meba yo mare ine nunju di mama de na ngazo nunju dilani pejana ngazo amji laji le do bayine ngazo nazati khare imba ha no kona mama de na nazati treatment chidung marwa ina shi ngazo pepe chizo di mune khora yakku yarki jogo na chele gya de shago di mune khora samla yakku stong de zamne ngazo ki pugo gi mental health la pin misi nyore chesanga pugo din so ro kunjuki looks kala ama kya bacha sha endele only kuch malarochi and Urghen you're really strong and I'm proud of you for taking all these comments on your face because when you're a comedian people will make fun of you right but when it gets too much it hurts right yokudo artist yokudo asemba yokudo atemaji 제가 애들 마치러 지행아주 지존하라 눈주 최시들이샤 미기 남바다 인지 민지 미창마 약부 고래 지당드여라 근데 요야말이 we're all imperfect 먼저 창마 imperfect 요래 제가 먼저 가르치워들라 먼저야 respect 치고래 군족이 낭버들라 먼저 우길라 I find him very handsome and beautiful because he is the way he is we are not models we are not actors we're roa 우길라 Right, remember. Kunjogi nangba dilanganzo uni kura gratitude chigorwa. Di go chigore. Misu ine pazumanzo. There's nothing better than a compliment. Don't make fun of people's looks. Never ever do that. In any way. That really hurts. So please keep that in mind. So 지단기 탕아 디라 오길라 la success lana kandido yungudo perspective. Success lana karere. What do you think is success in your perspective?
Success la de ngara sambal kharsam bodolana sosoge ta kisi nga di comedian da nga di dojrwa ta kasa composer dojrwa ani nima di tabjo yabuchi di mangchi tabjo yabu te kharchi dolana chige khana linge jorwa chige khana
laso
Canada de dojr linge kunju pe gauchido khanzir kunju laba tham pe gauchung pe kya kunju sum shedi pe awusha tham par gap chicken lena yimber te jagana le this kumbu dura jagana tinge pheba du chana pe chido pata ki de market ki de par kya ro dilita na nga ya smart so mare ngem to par ke na pam lo shu na karin ra di
ente yo marugela.
marda dinde insi ra khache 부모님 주 dinde duna nga yim to par ke lo mo sagir ba ya ne ra
Ente yo mar. Urghen la susu na ede la baina mission ba lab cha khare gaya yani. Ye ki dhati khala so. We are all beautiful.
tensional enna to par
Ente mas masong do.
marda tena phebe na this tena do alage tena chig do ne
Yore.
di chame ge gabuchi labata ri chidu chamla so proudly do ta ajin she so de drisha samde ne gabuchi do ani kana ge jog de pe ya do na do pe chesha ani adu ge chige da ba ni ji mi ji ku ji ro chi ani dile mangbu lang do di so this ki bo ji do samba ge se ne ku chesha sam ji 아니 베베 지존나라 시에송에 들으나 알랍자 가리 깨요스나라 시에송에 들줄 시 땅에도 줄래인다 시 땅에도 줄라 계속 나도이나 꾸지 우긴라 시에테다 투데네 시에테다 무두 시에테다 라 말랍시 so you try to write something ra so try ji 시에스네 아니 나도를 깨지트다 우긴라 니 시에 딘디직 소이 당디 칸데 차도 칙디 칸데도 it means that you have tried. Can I try to
Right, absolutely.
So try to imagine a knowledge knowledge. Legacy imagine hit changing doing
The end of it, things are low.
So, college of the raw. Yama, the Tujikating, Kale Handicare. Tujikating, Nazu, Kale Handicare, Payulichin, Tungana Jurda, recording charity.
Oh my god, right.
2 day in prison. 아니 아주 penalty 가져 봐버려 고무 딘동 니가 숨숨 미래를 잡아 봐버려.
That's a lot for that time, right? 투지 온 디폭 베 망보로 앞에 샤다.
투지가 되지 모르지. 아니 아주 마 스노리라랑자 back return 체 체로 아니 아주 그 마경이 네팔리 미지요라 police 도데. 고 this 미산 교부르도. 아주 니 고무 니가 체바 그 고무 니가 체서 싱거기. 고무 고 고무 시베통으로 갖다 주었어. 자가 배셔고 무시겠더라. 아니 아주 인터레이라. 아비 한로 브레이크파스트 카라 인터라 파르게데 중라이라. 자가랑자 두이래 봐. 아니 캐라 로규래. 오케이 사 모자스. 도스라. 아주 브레이크파스트 세서 더 리턴 백 투 네팔 정자.
Oh my god.
아니 바가친 아니 신의 리코딩 치토서. 리코딩 치네 말리 인디아 날레. 아니 시티 디니 레로 팀게 민도. 아니 아주 쇼트가 도임 봐. You go show to do the first show de la Manali tere we are staying in Manali right हम लोग Manali में इसलिए हमारा first show Manali में हुआ मनाली में हमारा जान पहचान था दोस्त ज्यादा था इसलिए थोड़ा हिट हो गया इसलिए फिर हमने सोचा अच्छा गाना अच्छा होगा शायद लोग पसंद कर रहे फिर हम लोग गया दिगलिंग डिपार्टमेंट सेटलमेंट गया वहाँ इतना आज शो था इतना बारिश हुआ लेकिन पोस्टर में भी क्या था हम एक मोटा गंजा सा मेरे सिंगर भी मोटा है वो लोग सोच रहे हैं ये पोस्टर देखे वो सिंगर कैसे यार मोटा दो मोटा बैठा है नया है अभी गाना
कैसा why are you making so much why are you passing such negative comments on your own self why are you doing that to yourself don't say that
अरे दिन तक तो समझा मैं तो शेख हूँ मेरे 아니 미에 통유 말에 가데다 줘라선 아 니님들 차바 이시마시 잡 때문에 미숨 주
Oh my god okay
때문에 미숨 주 섭게 얘네 아주 커센데지
Okay
जैसे हाउसफुल नहीं है छे तंग तो ना मी न्यू तो समने ला परवे में दे carelessness दिन तो छे
right
हाउसफुल नहीं 아니 디제라
아니
Dilli Dilli doina Dilli le meet jure guest le doya Dilli le meet is mount sha in a house full na shita ba Dilli tanga at Dilli jera talosi la back kera chaswa talosi le tete michi khala ka tin nejule do sara ane shija sama kor ga be shija sama kor ga ba
Okay, okay.
Just samala pick it up,
Okay, so Gila, let me translate everything that you said so that the non-Tibetans also can understand what you mentioned because it's very important for me to do so. So, what Uginla just mentioned is that his advice, his sincere advice for young and budding Tibetan singers is that don't ask for ready-made lyrics. So since he composes songs and he writes the lyrics, you shouldn't be the first person to come and vouch for him for his lyrics. You should try yourself because we live in a millennium of instant gratification where we have our mobile phone online. So we as millennials are so impatient to work hard and to go through the whole process of that we want instant results, instant help from someone. So if you are a budding Tibetan singer, songwriter, composer, whatever you call it, you try it first before vouching and approaching a composer, right? So that was his first thing, what he mentioned. And to translate the second part of his talk, he just said that initially when he first started to sing, he also spent 2 days in prison in Nepal, right? Ugela? Yes, 2 days in prison in Nepal because that was the only recording studio that he could go to, and somehow there was some illegal process that came in the way and it was difficult for him to, go to Nepal. And finally, he paid a Nepali person, some money, and he got out of it, got out of the problem. And these were the kind of adversities he faced when he was young and he was trying to record Tibetan music and release it. So finally they made it and they released their album. But when they did want to perform their first ever concert after the release, people were not accepting them because first of all, they were not, according to him, they were not meeting the beauty standards of the Tibetan community. So somehow in Tibetan community, you have to be beautiful to be accepted. And in a lot of communities, you have to, which is very sad. They don't just look at the talent, just look at the outside beauty. And since there were two people in the show, Uginla himself and another person, who is that, Uginla?
Sonam Gompo, he's a singer. Yeah?
Sonam Gompo, yes. So they had a poster, and it was a very rainy day, and people literally didn't accept them wholeheartedly. And according to him, it failed, the concert, but according to me, it was a success because they performed from the deepest pinnacles of their hearts, and that is what matters. Right? That is what we call talent. That is what we call performance. So I'm extremely happy to have you on the Tenzin show. You were so much fun. Daniela, I would like to request you again, before you leave, to just rap the PUBG rap. Remember, you made a PUBG rap. PUBG rap. You translate you.
Okay. Adi shaka mata ni kera translate chigin be khar chigin be.
Okay, tambo okay la hindi thone ro di rap di khari khande so hindi chikse ro chida ro ani ye jela khope thone rap se kyo jora di ne gyur shaw.
ये रैप कैसे है कि आजकल का लड़का लोग मैंने देखा था ना ज्यादातर पबजी में घुसते रहते हैं और अपना काम वगैरह कुछ करता नहीं रात को सोता नहीं सुबह उठता नहीं है ना पढ़ाई लिखाई में थोड़ा कमजोर भी है और माँ बाप का कहना भी नहीं मानता है इसके बारे में मैंने एक पबजी का गाना बनाया था ना और जी ये गाना मैं आप लोगों को सुनाना चाहता हूँ वैसे मैं ये गाना जो मैंने तिब्बती भाषा में बनाया था आप लोग शायद पसंद हो गए लेकिन आप लोग हो सके तो ये आप लोगों को भाषा हिंदी भाषा अच्छा आता है तो ये हिंदी में भी ट्रांसलेट करो शायद ये पबजी का जमाना है
I'll try doing that.
हिट भी हो जाए हाँ इसलिए मेरे गाना जो ऐसे है थिंसा फोसा मोसा छो तुझे चुला माता रो तुझे कोने लेकिन मारे लुचु जाए को कब्रे This is the time I look to Corona. PUBG shash.
Say it with him.
Ngeng the sungona. PUBG shash. Samanyam the
sungona.
PUBG shash.
PUBG shash.
Inda. Tselanye Megyo, Bob G Shash, Shobalai Megyo, Bob G Shash,
PUBG Shash.
Lobjushe Megyo, Bob G Shash, Nala Lega Megyo, Bob G Shash, Panther
PUBG Shash.
Megyo, Bob G Shash, Rangutunga Megyo, Bob G Shash, Tuzotola Tanke, Bob G Shash, Me Tola
PUBG
Tange,
Shash.
Bob G Shash, Lato Kapatola Tange, Bob G Shash, Lebatola Tange, Bob G Shash, Karichine Majine, Bob G Shash.
PUBG
Once
Shash.
more.
Oh my god. That was
Once
Put it.
more later, once more. Tell me, make your Bob
Oh,
Jisha, Sugar, I make your Bob Jisha, Gia make your Bob Jisha, and let me make your Bob Jisha, Planto make your Bob Jisha, Ragotta make your Bob Jisha, to the Trolatang Bob Jisha, me Trolatang Bob Jisha,
PUBG
Libertolatang Bob
Shash.
Jisha, Karichine Machine Bob Jisha, or Yinda.
Shasho. Woo! That was fantastic. I've never ever opened up so much else than with this person. I just love him so much. I really love and adore you and respect you. Pala, Ugila. I really think you're so much fun to be with, and you take out that different person in me. I think when I am usually wrong, formally, I'm never so open. People usually tell me that I don't behave like I'm, in my 20s. But when I'm with you, you are the best person to be with. I'm the most happy. So thank you so much, Ogela. Missy go so a lot of information. Not just Missy Yapu Chungso to Tingsangi Pugu Pasa Masala. I mean, talent yang adulia. So don't yang ko dile share so such an Ogela. Missy go chung very very happy and proud
One
to
more.
have you on the Tenzin show.
One more, I want to say
Such
that
an yeah.
Ludhiana la ngaji machi concert doing ba Ludhiana la Tibetan Indian society में first time मैं concert किया उस समय मैं सोचा था अभी लुधियाना में जाके मैं हिंदी से कैसे जोक करूं हिंदी तो मैंने ज्यादा आता नहीं जोक बनाया नहीं इसलिए मैं सोचा एक दो शेर ही बनाया था मैंने
Okay.
लुधियाना गया था वो बनाया था लुधियाना लाला लोग हम लोग को बहुत मेहरबानी है क्योंकि हम लोग को स्वेटर लेने जाते समय हम लोग 1 लाख का सामान लेता है तो 20,000 देता है बाकी 80,000 तो लोन पर्ची बनाता है बाद में देना कोई बात नहीं चल इसलिए मैंने एक शेर ही बनाया था आसमान इतना ऊंचा है ऊंचाई का कोई अंदाजा नहीं है आसमान इतना ऊंचा ऊंचाई का कोई अंदाजा नहीं है समुंदर इतना गहरा है गहराई का कोई अंदाजा नहीं है हमें दुकान लगाने में कोई चिंता नहीं है लाला जिंदाबाद है लाला लाला
Amazing. Thank you so much. You made us laugh so much. You were so much fun to speak with. Okay, I really don't want to say goodbye. Don't want to bait adios, but I have to, I guess. So thank you so much. Thank you.
लेकिन सब लोग जानते हैं कि आप भी आवाज बहुत अच्छा है गाना अच्छा कहते हैं
not as good as Urghen. Not as good as Urghen. Urghen is trying to flirt with me now, but you're my father's age, so it's not gonna happen. Just kidding. I'm very bad at stand-up comedy, not as good as Urghen. So thank you very much, and keep smiling, keep laughing, because laughing is life. Thank you. Bye-bye.